Welcome to Power of
X-Men! With me, D'Manda Martini, and...
Me, Nerd Alert Cosplay.
And me, Mr. Scott Free.
And me, Dayspring, and welcome to a very special episode of Power of X-Men. Good evening, human and mutants, and welcome to the main stage of Power of X-Men. And I'm putting all the nerds on high alert because we have Jason Alucino returning to the podcast tonight, and we can all do a collective swoon right now.
You better stop making my head so big or else my Onslaught helmet is not going to fit anymore.
You recently moved to LA, so I have to ask, who do you think are the messier queens, WeHo gays or the Krakoans?
The WeHo bars just opened, and when I tell you these bitches know how to party, I'm convinced that WeHo gays have a secondary mutation for alcohol absorption. Like Havoc would be jealous of this. I still need to party at the Blue Lagoon on Krakoa, so I need to still compare, so we'll see.
Returning to us again is the Captain Commander of Krakoa himself. You follow him on Instagram, and you know you're getting salt with that tall drink of water. Welcome back, Mr. Scott Free.
Oh, no. Thank you for having me back. I'm glad I haven't offended everyone so badly that I have not been invited back, but maybe tonight's the night.
What would you tell Boom Boom if she came up to you wasted at the gala?
Stop doing my job of being the most drunk person on Krakoa.
And girl, I need to put the next queen on the payroll because she's made time on her spreadsheet to kiki with us again and looks absolutely flawless as always. Please welcome back D'Manda Martini.
Hi! So, yeah, listen, I would only for you get in drag for the fourth time in a week not being paid.
The X-Men have colonized Mars. Are you buying a one-way ticket to Kiki with the Arakos?
I mean, anything's got to be better than this, right?
So tonight, we are all gathered here in the great state of Zoom conferencing to discuss the Hellfire Gala. Now, listen, queens, unless you've been living under a rock, there is nothing more important happening in the comics right now than the Hellfire Gala. And this event sees the mutants of Krakoa opening their doors to humanity and beyond. So fire up those resurrection protocols because we're about to slay some fucking mutants right now. And we're going to kick off with the Hellfire Gala looks and who we think are the best looks. Oh my God, stop it. Stop it.
I did research. I'm ready.
Wait,
She did her homework.
Wait, she can read? She can read, or is there just pictures in that
Pretty
one?
pictures, yeah.
All right, listeners, Nerd Alert just whipped out the free comic book day of the Hellfire Galas. Yes, looks. And I think, are you going to give us our first read?
Yeah, let's do it. I'm so ready. The library is open.
Is it open? Wait, do I have to put on my sunnies again for this?
I didn't bring my reading glasses. Whatever will I do?
Can we talk about best looks first, right?
Yes.
Yeah, best looks. Who are your favorite looks?
I mean, I love so many of them, and my favorite looks were the creative looks where people use their powers as part of their costume. But I think that I would be doing a giant disservice if I did not give it to Emma Frost in her final of her three looks, full diamond form with a cascade of diamonds showing all that nudity. Like, that is the look of the night, no matter what.
Oh,
sorry.
Yes. No, she looks very elegant in that.
And I love that she saved it for last, and like it's like diamonds on diamonds on diamonds.
Like my favorite thing that I read that was a panel leading up to the Hellfire Club was Jumbo Carnation being like, Emma, how many costume changes do you want? Because listen, as a drag queen, it's like, how many costume changes am I allowed to have this evening? Yeah. Like, I'm ready. Like, I love all of her looks, but yeah, that last one where it's just like the cascade of diamonds on diamonds on diamonds is definitely my favorite. Another friend of the podcast, Michelle Waffle, did that as well in a recent episode with Dayspring, and it is such a strong look and I think it is definitely like Emma at peak. Because listen, I also love wearing a giant Muppet with like an X cutout boob window. But like
my second favorite.
Yeah,
but in reality, like diamond form, just diamonds cascading across your diamond breasts is amazing.
Yes. Mr. Scott Free dressed up as Mr. Fantastic. Listeners, he crashed our Hellfire Gala. We all expected him to be Scott Summers, and he's fucking Reed Richards. What the fuck? Why this hate crime, bro? Why?
I mean, why be the smartest man in Krakoa when you can be the smartest man on Earth? I mean,
you can't sit with us.
I mean, I would say overall, like my personal favorite look, I really loved Warpath's look. It was very, it was simple, but I feel like it captured the character very well. But honestly, for me personally, I got to go with Sinister. I mean, like the more like cape and shoulders, the better. I mean, Sinister and Exodus, like, I mean, that's
who has the bigger cape? Who has the bigger shoulder pads?
Exactly.
Like, that's incredible. So I was just commenting on Nerd Alert's favorite one, but like my two actual favorites. Number one is Storm. Like,
oh yes, absolutely. Because she looks like a fucking goddess in it.
And and my dear sister Dax exclamation point just did it, and oh my god, so good, so much hair, so much cloud, so much amazingness.
Does he have a cloud cape though?
No, she does not. Because she hasn't made
elemental powers.
She hasn't made it yet because she hasn't had to do it in real life yet. But like Zaddy Colossus. So Colossus can literally have it anywhere. I'll put it in the fridge. You can save it for later. Like anytime, anywhere. Daniel Cudmore follows me on Twitter and comments when I like thirst all over him. And yeah, but like his Hellfire look.
Wait, I'm sorry. Colossus from X2 and X3 and Days of Future Past follows you on Instagram.
Yeah, he followed me back after I was like, hey, Daniel Cudmore, you're fucking hot.
You're fucking hot.
No, I don't remember what I said, but I said something super thirsty about Colossus and him, and he was like, oh, I'm like, I can't believe someone like says this, and I'm like, have you seen a mirror, sir? Because
Daniel Cudmore could follow me into the bathroom stall.
Wow.
The bathroom stall at the Marriott at Dragon Con?
Oh my God.
I'll be there.
Stop. I think I was friends with him on Facebook back when Facebook just started and we didn't really know the rules of Facebook. And so you follow people as if it were Twitter or something like that. But I never like reached out to him. I'm not a huge fan of Colossus, but I have to agree that Zaddy Colossus broke the internet. And I was talking to David Nakayama today, and he even was like, yeah, Colossus looked fucking hot.
Yeah.
I mean, Colossus is always hot, but I mean, come on. Into it.
I love Emma's looks because she's not wearing any jewelry, and that's because that fucking bitch is the jewelry. Like, I think that's fucking brilliant.
There's no need to accessorize when you are an accessory.
I thought Storm's look was really, really great. I think that's going to be, we saw that image of the Mark Brooks for Inferno, and I think we're going to see that it's going to be her kind of like staple look going forward because it's been such like a hit. I'm trying to think of like the other looks that I really, really liked. And I was just like, oh yeah, I would wear that IRL. I mean, Zaddy Colossus, I would wear a version of that.
My Colossus visor was like, the original image wasn't great, but in action, like in the pages, I really liked his visor and his cute little look.
Can I go?
Yeah, I would definitely wear Warren's look, but that's also because I'm trash. So.
First of all, yes, do that.
Yes,
you should do that. Please do. Also, I would also wear jeans in real life, and if I weren't already taxing the amazing and lovely people that support me and like help me make things, for BlurredCon, I would make jeans Hellfire Gala look, but I'm getting a whole squid head to be Madam Hydra when she has the squid on her head. So I'm like, I can't ask them to help me make that if they're making me a fucking squid. So
I don't know what crack you're smoking, but fucking Jean's gala look is ugly as fuck.
What?
Wow.
I've said this about Jean. I love my homegirl Jean, but she's never seen a green and gold like pattern that she didn't want to wear. And she is like DKNY realness. No, I'm sorry. Next.
No, that look is
on the runway.
so cute. I love it. I think it's great. I think
I'm a crazy Jean stan.
I think it's fashion. I think it's Jean. I think it's her color
fashion
palette.
for soccer moms. No.
Okay. But tell again, I am a suburban fucking housewife. Tell me that Jean Grey is not a soccer mom.
Okay, you're right.
Tell me that Jean Grey is not a soccer mom. She is. She is raising 2 children that aren't even hers with her husband and her boyfriend on the fucking moon. She is a soccer mom. You know, she has the calendar where everybody has their color marker and everybody has their events written all over the calendar. And she's like, okay, so tonight you have soccer practice. That means that I can't drive Rachel to go to her dance lessons. Like, she is a soccer mom.
Listen, Rachel isn't going to dance lessons. She's going to see a therapist because they have fucked her up royally. She's like, I got my mother Ascani's like memories. I can't right now with these people.
Listen, she's still going to dance class because she has to keep limber, especially if she's going to wear her Hellfire Gala look, which, by the way, is also another one of my favorites.
I do like that.
I want it on my body because it will kill me. But also, I got it on a dress printed from X-Men fan t-shirts, and I think that's the closest I'm going to get. But it's a great look.
I would also say pyro. I'm a big fan of pyros, sort of like...
I would wear that.
Like, sort of second-tier Orville Peck kind of look he's got, like, going on with, like, all the dangly bits. I'm like, yeah, I'd wear that. Yeah.
I also just love, in general, the category is as much skin as possible.
Well, speaking of, I want to give an honorable mention to Mystique because we don't even know how much is her skin and how much is the dress. It could, like, she could literally be naked and that's all just skin fluff. But she looks red carpet ready. Like, I don't.
Also, who was that cosplayer, Gracie something?
I
just
know
released her picture today.
Yeah.
Holy shit!
I saw
that. Was incredible.
She looked incredible.
Like, I think it was like Gracie Cosplays or something. She's great. I reshared it on my Twitter. So those of you listening, like, look it up. She's so good.
I know. She looked absolutely incredible. You know, Mystique's look, I kind of went back and forth on. It looked a little too girl on fire for me. So I just saw J-Law. But I think she looks great. And I love how salty she was in the background of Hellions. Oh, I know.
Can you never say J-Law and Mystique in the same sentence again?
Yeah, if you could never
I'm sorry.
Anywhere near each other again, that would be great.
No, yo, X-Men First Class. I thought First Class she did fine in.
That's a lie. That's a lie. I've never been so in. That's a lie.
Until she named everyone in that awkward scene. Like, I don't know.
Oh my God. When she was here, like, I want to be called Mystique.
Okay.
That was so awkward. I'm going to agree with you. But come on, Mutant and Proud.
That part I like.
That was really... No? Really, Scott?
Mutant and Proud, but I'm always going to be in human form from now on. No.
But I'm always going to wear this white face.
No. Hard pass. No.
Hard pass? Okay, fine. I will be... Listen, I don't like J-Law in the other movies, but I thought in First Class, she kind of nailed it. And that was before she was J-Law. You know what I mean? Like, when she was just like this quirky, up-and-coming actress.
She had already been nominated for an Oscar. She'd already been in the Hunger Games #1.
But like, who watched Hunger Games #1?
Everyone who read the fucking
millions
book.
Of people.
Everyone did. Everyone did.
Yeah, literally millions of people.
And again, nominated for an Oscar. Also, side note, can we talk about the fact that it's mostly the women who are in the X-Men movies that are nominated for Oscars? I'm just saying. And yet there is the least amount of female representation in the X-Men movies. Like, silly. Anyway.
Travesty.
Just
Halle Berry. Yeah,
actually, absolutely. Speaking of good lines, that was a good line in that horrible movie Phoenix where she said, why is it always the X-women that are saving everyone's butts?
Which is true. Which is true, because the best X-Men are X-women.
Yep.
Not to get too Reed Richardsy, but to be fair, Halle Berry is also the only X-Men actor to be nominated for a Razzie and to win it.
And the same year that she was nominated for an Oscar.
And she accepted it.
Yes, she did.
You did.
She and Sandra Bullock are like the two actresses that like showed up, said thank you so much, love it, appreciate it.
Catwoman.
I'm forgetting like her speech for that. I remember a lot of people like saying that she was shifting the blame to her agents, to other people, and they're like, Halle Berry, just accept responsibility for the role. But I've never seen her acceptance speech for it, so shrug.
Sorry, we're on a major tangent. It's fine.
Okay, I'm sorry. Major tangent.
All right, I said I'll keep it under control. Sorry.
All right. Okay, other favorite looks.
Other favorite looks. I like Sinks. Just simple rainbow jacket into it. And also, I have never seen a queer that didn't like that stupid George Michael black hat in DC. So it's, on brand.
I'll give an honorable mention to Monarch, which it's because it's very like a disarming look. I don't know why he suddenly is unpainted. Like he's just all white and mysterious. I
thought it to be very like Queen of Hearts, very like Royal Flush Gang from DC Universe. Like that's why I liked it. It was like, oh, this like monochrome like weirdness.
Yeah, like he's changing reality to like not have color anymore. It's just interesting. It stood out to me.
I'll give an honorable mention to Kurt for the very just like 16th, 17th century sort of priest look he had going on. Like, I respect like going with your roots.
Yeah, like and anytime he's like, I want to wear a Three Musketeers outfit.
That's what it was. It was Three Musketeers. Yeah,
exactly. Also to Mastermind, because it takes a lot of balls when you can make like sort of any illusion to show up dressed like that, and I respect that.
He's like Shakespearean, I guess. A little strange.
A little bit.
I'm going to give two honorable mentions. One of them is really contentious, but the first is going to be Cannonball. I thought he looked very Gucci with his cape and the goggles. I thought it was very chic. It reminded me of Gucci runway pre-pandemic when they debuted the men's capes. And then I liked Xavier's. I know. Look at God. I'm like, I have the unpopular opinions tonight. Fuck all of you.
And by unpopular opinion, do you just mean bad fashion sense?
So, oh my God. I'm sorry.
The all white, I don't think he can pull off all white. Like Emma's gonna have words with him. Like he didn't do it.
He and Magneto were definitely going for like that elder gay couple, like purple shirt guy from Broken Hearts Club. Like we're matching because we're just a bunch of old queers. Like, and I respect that much, but he still looks like trash.
Wait, so any other like honorable mentions for favorite Hellfire Gala looks?
I also liked Loa's. I liked Mercury's. Like I thought they were interesting use of their powers.
Yep.
I'll chime in. I'll say I did like Xavier's.
Thank you,
simply
baby.
as a lazy male cosplayer. It's really simple. Other than like the helmet, like that's an easy helmet.
It was giving me like Liberace. Like it was a little bit gaudy.
Yes.
Again,
that's what I love. Yes.
Old
Jason,
queer,
you nailed it. Old queer, that Liberace, just like very like Versace. Like I have so much money, but I have no style or taste. Like that's what I loved about it.
Yeah. It's very like, it's like he's like a 55-year-old at like Pieces in the Village, and like he's looking at you over the bar.
Shut up. Scott, I literally Saturday night, I'm going to Pieces. I just like booked it with a friend.
Well, if Charles and Magneto are giving you the eye,
when they're that couple at the other side of the bar, just
take it. Take it.
I'd be down. I've done both.
Sorry.
No, Jason, what were you saying?
I kind of want to invent a real quick category, which is someone that did fine, but you expected way more from. Like, you're okay, but I was disappointed because you should have done better.
Ooh, that's a really good question.
And mine's going to be really shocking.
Okay, I have mine already.
Mine is, sorry, Scott, it is Mr. Sinister, because how is your regular everyday costume going to be almost more fabulous than your Hellfire look? So I expected him to go like to a level 15, and he gave me like a flowy draped tunic or something. Like, I was like, I think you could do better than that. Same thing with Exodus. His everyday look is more garish than his Hellfire Club Gala look. Something is a little off there. That's all I'm going to say.
That's fair.
But they weren't the most horrible. It was perfectly fine, but I expected more.
I would say for me, most expected, more disappointing is actually the Fantastic Four. When you've literally invented unstable molecules, like I honestly expected a little more from Sue and Reed, because let's be honest, Sue and Reed are the ones designing the uniforms. I expected a little bit more. I was a little disappointed by that.
Good call.
Okay. Yeah,
All the Avengers just showed up in their like uniforms. I'm like, you have no regular clothes.
I felt like that was a statement that they were ready to
Boring.
fight.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought boring.
No, I like boring too, but I thought it was like, we're not coming here to kiki with you. We're not going to acknowledge this gala. We're here and we are ready to fight if we need to, because shit's going to go down.
Agreed. Yeah.
Because humans are the worst.
D'Manda?
So some people that I wish would have done a little bit better. I mean, I might get some hate from, one of our other like favorite internet X-Men fans, but Monet.
Oh no.
Like that headpiece was not the thing. Like I liked the bodysuit. The sheer pants was a bit much. I wasn't a huge fan. Because listen, Monet has money. Yes. Monet has, like, literally Monet's powers are to be perfect. And when you show up like that, I'm like, are your powers really perfection? Because, no. Like, I feel like there could have been something else. Like, for example, our friend of mine, Jay Justice, she actually looked up, like, fashion from, now the country is leaving my head, where Monet is from.
Is she from Brazil?
No.
Algeria,
yeah. She looked up actual Algerian fashion and like jewelry from the, and like she found so many other beautiful gowns that could have been like then turned up a notch for something like the Hellfire Gala, where I'm just, again, that headpiece is not it for me. I do not care for it. I think it looks stupid. It reminds me very much of Carrie Bradshaw in Sex and the City, where she's like, I put a bird on my head.
Yes.
And they're like, it was a bird. She's like, it was a bird.
Well,
low-hanging fruit too, because it's supposed to look like penance.
Yeah, it looks like a sea anemone. It's terrible. I don't care for it.
I said the same thing. I felt it was very SJP at the Met Gala, where she has like an ugly headpiece because she's SJP and she's going to have an ugly headpiece. But like with Monet, why wouldn't she have just done a half transformation for her head? I mean, I don't know if she can do that. I mean, that we can talk about that and that can be debatable. But why not just use your powers? Like do a half transformation.
But also, why not just wear something fashionable?
Yeah.
Yes. No, I agree with you. The one that was the biggest disappointment for me was Scott. On multiple levels. One, like, I wanted him in white. I wanted Emma to get Jumbo to put him in white to send a fucking message to Jean and have that cattiness on the green carpet.
Jean would never allow that.
I'm actually shocked at how like Emma, and we'll get into this when we talk about the issues themselves. I was shocked at how like Emma didn't really have as much control over the Hellfire Gala's like run of show than she did like getting everything assembled. Because like when Scott and Jean took like the stage, I was like, but where's Emma facilitating all of this? Like
her costume change.
But I thought Scott could have been, I would have liked to have seen Scott in something a bit more bold.
But Scott is not bold. He is very milquetoast.
Like, no, and I agree. But I think Emma would have taken care of him and Kitty, or Kate, excuse me.
Okay.
She would have taken care of both of them.
Looking at
sure they look good.
And at the same time,
like a military outfit. Like it looks very tactical in the field. Like he just couldn't step away from his work duties. So he's like, my fashion look is going to also be military.
And the thing is that at the end of the day, Jumbo still is the one who designed it. And first of all, Jean as a soccer mom is right there being like, no, thank you. No, thank you.
Yeah.
No, I really feel like maybe he needs to look more like a leader of Krakoa and not so much like Emma's sex slave.
I agree. No, like I completely agree on that. Like at the end of the day, he's the head of like Krakoa's military, for better or worse. And like it looks like something that you could, oh, you can wear this in the field. You can also wear this to a gala. I think it gets like the personality across really well, because it's boring, because like at the end of the day, like Scott Summers is very like even keeled, and doesn't need to like, show off to the extent that some other people do. I'm getting all defensive now. I don't know why.
But the thing, like,
listen, Mr. Scott Free, we just want you in white. Jesus.
And I mean, unless it's about like something about the actual future of Krakoa, or like mutant kind, he's very like whatever, sure. Because again, it was Jumbo, Jean, and Emma all trying to fight for who was going to get more more to say about what it is that he wore. He just stood there. So as a costume designer in the theater, we call them meat puppets, when like the actor just stands there and you're like, don't move. I don't want your opinion. I don't care what you think. Like, I'm just going to put you in clothes. So, Scott was just a full meat puppet, just standing there, just letting other people put clothes on.
All right. In terms of worst looks, who do we think had the worst look?
Number one, Dazzler.
Yes,
that
absolutely.
Look was fucking terrible. I am still mad about it. I will be mad about it until the end of time. I'm pissed off. It fucking sucks. I ranted about this on Twitter. A dear friend of the internet, Daniel McNee, he did 3 Dazzler fan art Hellfire Gala looks, which are 1 billion times better than the fucking shit that she's put in the comics, and it pisses me off.
It was so boring. I don't even remember what it looked like. I had to look it up again, and then I cringed again. What is that?
They literally put her in like a generic dress from Dress Barn, and then I guess she's supposed to be using her powers.
A jumpsuit that had like some glitter on it. Like,
oh, is it a jumpsuit? I didn't even think it was a jumpsuit.
Yeah, it's like a black jumpsuit and then has like sequins on it, or like she uses her light powers. Like look at that. That's fucking stupid.
Oh, you're right.
That's not good.
Angelita de Dios.
Boring.
Like I am just upset, because listen, the entire time I'm like, ooh, a Hellfire Dazzler look. Like, obviously I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna like make it. I'm gonna wear it to a con. No, I'm not.
Girl, she is performing at the Hellfire Gala. We know that from Way of X, and that's what she fucking wears? Absolutely not.
I hope that's her boring walk around look, and that she gets to like have some costume changes.
That's worse, so if that's her boring walk around look, because that's her green carpet look. That's the one that she's gonna be most photographed in. Like, where are her people?
First of all, Jumbo Carnation, like, as a fellow homosexual mutant, I'm pissed. I need to call the manager. I'm gonna have a full conversation with Emma Frost about this. Like, I'm upset.
I get it.
Jason.
I have very strong opinions too. My number one, and I will dive into it, I think Iceman is hideous.
Yeah.
I don't agree. Why does he have an ice mullet? Why does he have ice high heels and like this gross train? And like when he like came out, he's never been like coded as super femme. So I don't understand why he suddenly was like, I'm gonna like break the internet and wear a dress and like a skirt and high heels. I'm like, it's just not to character. And it just looks kind of unfashionable and like boring.
It looks terrible. Do you know what it is? It's Baby's first time in drag. He doesn't know what to do. And he's like, oh, I'm like the premier queer X-Man. I need to be like extra gay. And you think that Emma would be like, oh, honey, no, we don't know. Because listen, like Prodigy's look is kind of similar, where it's like Prodigy has never really been like coded any kind of like femme. But at the same time, like I feel like that younger generation, Gen Z, he's like, oh, no. Fuck the gender binary. I'm gonna wear whatever the fuck I want.
They would gender bend their looks.
Yeah, and I love that for him. But Iceman, who's a 30-something-year-old accountant, like, no, ma'am. Listen, drag is not for everyone. Like,
no, I agree with you.
You got it. You said it. Yep.
spoke with Cena Grace and he was like, what was that look? Like, that's just not Bobby. That's not how Bobby was written. It's not who his personality is. And I love that journey for the character, but like, it was such a leap from this very like tight button up Bobby to now like wearing something like he has like Gaga heels in that.
He
and
left
like,
the X-Men to be an accountant. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Like, no.
not
That
just
is
that.
not, that's not the look. That's not.
Fair enough. Scott?
I mean, like, I don't know. It's tough. Like, I was not a fan of Bobby's look, particularly for a lot of those reasons. It struck me as like 20-something gay playing, like gay kickball, showing up in drag.
Yeah. Listen, the amount of like white gays that play sports and then have these like drag events, I'm like, can you not do that?
Like some of the other ones, like yes, he wasn't there as an X-Men, like Namor just showing up in like what he regularly wears, like I mean, it was very
he could have worn less.
Yeah,
like, no, wear those green Speedos again.
No, he could have just not worn anything, just ankle wings.
I mean, like
body glitter.
He's showing up with like an angry hard on, and it's just like, I'm emperor of like 70% of the earth, and it's just like, this is what you wear every day. Like, okay. Also, not a fan of like Richter's like green and brown.
So ugly.
Oh, yeah. I like the sheer top underneath because again, category is skin. But this whole like druid thing that's happening with him, not a fan.
I don't love that journey for him.
No. Wasn't a fan of that. I mean, there weren't like any others that were like super, like other than what you've mentioned, that were like super offensive to me. I guess I wanted to see some more just like crazier looks from like some mutants that are just like associated with being like really like out there. Like I want to see like more from like okay, like Vulcan. They haven't shown like Vulcan. Like everybody knows Vulcan's not entirely like here. Like as one of like 3 like Vulcan stands in the world, like I want to see him just show up like crazy look. Like I was the emperor of like the Shi'ar Empire and like possibly died fighting Black Bolt, might still be floating out there, just like, hey, like here's my crazy look, or I'm naked, or just like whatever.
Just like, him and Sway and Petra, they're just on the moon being like, what's going on? I don't know.
Yes, exactly. And like,
oh, there's a party tonight. Whoops.
Yeah, like no, this is the party. This is the party here.
Also, I have to say, I do love that journey for them, that they're just like hanging out, partying on the moon all the time and like not giving a fuck about what's going on.
They're like, oh, there's like a gala tonight, and Vulcan's just like, no, okay, here's some Shi'ar poppers, and just like
He's introducing the straight girls to poppers, and they're like, "Oh my god, what are these?
Oh my, we're so wild! Like, oh, we're so
being
wild,
so fun and crazy."
That's fucking hysterical. You know who we haven't spoken about, and I think they have the worst look ever, but I was kind of expecting it, is fucking Beast.
You will not put that down. I can.
No.
That's offensive. Jason, he has a cock pouch, and he's like the bouncer. It's disgusting. He does that, like, fucking.
I don't know what bars you've been to. Every bar I've been to, the bouncer always has a cock pouch. So,
I mean, this is like the Eagle on like a Saturday night. I mean, like.
So, aside from Sage and Domino, the whole like security team with the bolo ties look terrible. Like Sage and Domino are like, oh, we're gonna take this, we're gonna make it fashion, and I'm gonna look fucking stunning with a gun. And everyone else is just like, so you wore a suit, thanks.
Yep.
Yeah. They finally moved Quentin Quire past dressing like a 12-year-old when he's like a 25-year-old ass man. And then they put him in like tuxedo onesie, and it's like not a good look.
I would have wanted to see what he would have done on his own accord. Like, what would his outfit be?
First of all, he would have showed up like he did in End Song, where he's like, I'm going to wear the tightest, leatheriest pants. And
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I think all of X-Force are kind of like, meh. I like Logan's look a lot. I mean, Jason, what do you think of Logan's look?
It fits him because he loves that whole like Clint Eastwood, like cowboy.
Yeah.
That's what he would have worn even if he wasn't an X-Force. So I get it. He would have probably added a cowboy hat. But yeah, I feel bad for them that they didn't get to like participate fully.
Yeah. Angelitos de Dios. Anyways, before we move on to our next segment where we're going to talk about the Krakoan X-Men, I realized we didn't actually have a chance to talk about our looks. So, Scott, since you're the saltiest one on the Zoom call tonight, and you showed up as Reed Richards, why don't you tell us about your look tonight?
This is an iconic American look, dating back to 1963, 62. Sorry, no, yeah, 62. With designed by Reed Richards and Sue Storm. And it's ageless, it's timeless. It's good for fighting Galactus, it's good for the Infinity War, it's good for showing up to Krakoa, it's good for occasionally just doing really shady things with the Illuminati. It's a really timeless look. It's like the suit and tie of the Marvel universe. And yeah.
Girl, all I'm hearing is that she's wearing versatility tonight.
Yes.
Oh, she's verse.
Love a verse.
I think that's the first time anybody said that, but yeah.
Well, you look absolutely iconic as Reed Richards because obviously all of Instagram loves you as Cyclops. But we also love you as Mr. Fantastic.
I have a question. Is like Cyclops at the dry cleaners? Because I'm like fully disappointed.
Oh wow. No, Cyclops is here. But this was my I don't know. I thought it would be fun.
We were trying to recreate the adjoining doors on Mars, like on the moon, excuse me. And we were trying to create the Summers love triangle here. It's just not working.
But you see, that's the great thing about Reed
didn't
Richards.
get the assignment correct. But just saying.
But that's the great thing about Reed Richards is Reed Richards can show up anywhere because
no second has ever started. That's the great thing about Reed Richards. Sorry.
Wow.
I mean, Gene, you're in the middle of this sandwich.
Listen, still loving it. It's fine. Jean gets it wherever she can go.
Would Jean get it from Mr. Fantastic comic book?
I mean, in reality, probably not.
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
Because Jean does like someone who at least pays attention to her. Like, I think that's one of the reasons that a lot it's kind of like known in canon that you don't fuck with Sue Storm, and I think it's because everybody just knows that. Listen, if she can put up with Reed, she's not going to put up with anything else. Because she's already dealing with this, so whatever you've got going on, no, it's not going to happen. She's just not going to deal with it. But no, so I'm wearing 90s Jean. First established in 1991 by Jim Lee. It's cute. She's new, so I'm still very happy with wearing her. I will be debuting her in a live performance later this month. So if you're in the DC area, come out to Tallboy and give me your ones. So work.
Yes. And Jason?
This is possibly my most casual cosplay and the one that I can throw together in a few minutes. It makes it so that I don't have to shave. I hate shaving. And this is my Logan realness. I think it's a little more Hugh Jackman than comic book accurate, but I feel like a daddy lumberjack when I wear it. So I'll put it on anytime.
Yes, this is Logan as a lumbersexual.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
It's very Logan at the beginning of Wolverine Origins, which I know we don't mention very often.
Yes.
But I mean, he's still hot in it, so it's fine.
Wait, D'Manda, I'm just noticing you have a fan on you.
Yeah,
like
I do.
Mariah, like fucking
Because
Mariah Carey.
100 degrees in the 3rd floor of my townhouse, and I need to have a fan, and I'm in drag, so I'm hot. So
I'm not even wearing pants right now. I feel bad for her, like full drag.
Listen, and this is
Same.
the lowest.
I'm not wearing pants either.
Like, hold on, we gotta turn it up. Okay. No, it's fucking hot. It's the summertime. In case you weren't aware.
Oh no, we're aware it's a season of summer right now.
Yeah.
Okay, so I want to know.
Who are you wearing?
Your outfit.
Oh, who am I wearing? Oh, I forgot, man. Fuck, I've had like 3 glasses of like rosé already. I am Christian Frost, and I'm wearing a button-down shirt from Sicily that I got in like 2007.
Oh, so she's got money.
Yeah, she had money. And I'm wearing Vintage Assembly, which was this little brand that was in the Lower East Side back in probably 2013, and like everyone was wearing them, and they were known for their asymmetrical cuts, and I was obsessed. And I was a publishing assistant at Hush Book Group, and I literally spent all my money on this jacket, and I feel it's worth it. And I haven't worn it at a gala yet, because the only time I actually wore it at an event, someone thought I was a caterer, and I was like, fuck you, I will literally shake you down and steal your gift cards, so fuck off.
But this is a gala, so you have worn it now at a gala.
Well, look, you're absolutely right. So like right there. And yeah, I guess I'm Christian Frost with like my roots showing, because I have to go get my hair did again.
Ooh, Emma would be so mad.
Oh my God, she would like scream at me.
Go get your roots done.
Look at that. My husband just brought a bottle of rosé. I feel like the only cosplays I mean, you all are professional cosplayers. I feel like the only one professional, I know. I feel like the only one I can do is either Doug Ramsey, Fabian Cortez when I had a man bun, or Christian Frost.
You are now my signature Christian Frost. That's it. You did it.
Thank you, baby.
Yeah, so you're canonized as Christian Frost, but also remember, cosplay is for everyone. It doesn't matter what your body type is. You choose a character that you love and you dress like them. Listen, just today on my Loki video, some person said I was too fat to be Loki. And I said, bitch, this is fashion. Look it up. And then he blocked me. And I'm like, so you're fucking welcome. Thank you for the post engagement. That means that it is in the algorithm. So go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Give me that person's fucking username. I will spam them. Spam them.
They've already blocked me. Like, I don't fucking care. Like, it happens a lot more on my video reels because Instagram wants to push reels more. They push that in the algorithm so people see those more. So I get a lot of like weird random people who are like, what the fuck is this? And I'm like, it's called fashion. It's called beauty. It's called makeup artistry. It's called, whatever you hope to be. So, fuck them. I mean, again, I've had worse in real life. Again, I've been faggoted on the streets of Las Vegas. Like, it's fine. Like, this 12-year-old with 14 followers on Instagram is not bothering me.
Cancel. Get done with them. All right.
I will actually add, though, since you mentioned Doug did have one of the worst looks of the gala.
Oh, I don't remember Doug's look, so it probably wasn't
exactly.
Good.
He wore a tuxedo.
But no, I don't remember Doug's look. But you would think that like his wife would be like, we need to represent Morocco. We're gonna wear this like traditional stuff, and instead he just wore a tux.
He's not even in the official book. I can't even find him. So that's how important he was.
She's not even official.
No, I mean, he's too busy getting pegged. So like.
I mean, listen. We all know. We already knew that about Doug. Him and Cyclops are like in the sub club. They're both like hanging in slings.
I'm glad you said it and I didn't. Wow.
Doug and Scott, bless them.
Bless their hearts.
And also, if let's just not forget, Empath is also huge into being dominated. So the three of them, I'm sure, just enjoying themselves.
Wow. And
damn, that fucking read D'Manda right there does. I love that Jason and Scott are even like, damn girl, we can't even follow that up.
I fully expect to run into them at MAL weekend in January.
At FlameCon.
So,
I'm glad my mother doesn't listen to this.
Stop! Your mother doesn't listen to this? We have to get her a subscription.
No, she's fine. It's cool.
Okay, so switching gears, Krakoa and X-Men. How do we feel about the new team of X-Men, how it was announced, and our overall general feels on the members? Jason, why don't you kick us off?
I don't love it. I think I'm just too old school, and I apologize for that. If you're going to be on an X-Men team, I want like iconic big personalities, like, I don't know, like the iconic members to join. And it's such a weird mismatch of like old and new. I can't get behind Sync. I just never really cared. So I have to like look back even to like see who was in there again. Like, I'm like, who is this again? I'm glad that Rogue is not in, not on Excalibur anymore. She never belonged there. So I'm happy about that. That's about it. That's all I can really say. Scott and Jean are holding it down. Good for them.
What about you, Mr. Scott Free? What do you think?
Same sort of thing. Like I was one of the people who voted for Polaris. I know that's gonna get me some hate from some people. But there's Scott, Jean, Polaris, Rogue. Some of the other people feel sort of like random, and I don't know if one or two of them are going to quit after like one issue just to keep with like history.
Right.
But, yeah, it's not my favorite sort of core X-Men team, but we'll see what they do with it.
D'Manda.
So, I mean, I like the fact that Jean and Lorna are on a team again since like the 70s. Like, I think that's cute because they're like those girls where everybody thinks that they're friends when they're probably really not. They were just like the only two girls, and so everybody just thinks they're best friends, and they're probably like, "Oh, she's fine." So I mean, I also like that that Lorna like shows up to meetings with like, "Oh, I'm sorry I'm late. I had to stop for coffee because this doesn't matter." So I disagree with Sync. Like, I think that whatever happened with Sync and Laura in the world, I feel like that's the reason that they're now
that we have them.
That we have them because something happened and we need them and whatever happened there to be there. I like that they're like the newest X couple. I've also always liked Laura. I just always liked her. So I'm into that for her. I like that journey for her. I like that she's just Wolverine. I like when they called Wolverine, she was surprised. She's like, "Oh wait, me?" It's like, "Yeah, girl, yes."
She fucking has shrimp in her mouth.
Yeah, she's like, "Oh, what?"
Wow.
I kind of like I like the mix match of like people getting new suits and some people like clinging to some old ones, except can we let Rogue's Jim Lee costume die?
No, I disagree. I love you so much, but I disagree.
It is my least favorite of her looks, and that even goes to like back when she had the skunk trail and looked 50 years old. But
that's iconic Rogue.
No, it's not. Iconic Rogue to me is Outback. Like, I just don't.
Oh, I know. Okay.
I don't care for it. I think it's over. I'm tired of seeing it. Listen, cosplayers, wear whatever you want. Please wear whatever you want. But I'm tired of seeing cosplayers in it. Like,
That's kind of true. But you're also in the 90s iconic look too that most people say is kind of over now too. So
Well, that's just because I own this and you all voted for it. This is actually
Jim Lee all day forever. I don't care.
This is actually not my favorite Jean look. I just own it and it's new, and so whatever, I'm gonna wear it. But it's not my favorite. I also really dislike the fact that Jean and Lorna both are in miniskirts. I think that's weird.
I hate that.
I don't understand. Like, I like the design of Lorna's new miniskirt. I just wish that it went into like a suit instead of a skirt. I like all the lines. I like the black. I like the green. Like that. That's great. But like, what is this? So okay, I know we're like beating a dead horse at this point. Like, what's the hard on for the green dress with Jean? Like, I
don't know who has that. Who has that hard on for it?
Like, I actually really like the green dress, and for a long time, that was going to be like my first Jean look. But then, as I've talked about on the podcast before, like Dax did it first and looks great. So I'm like, I don't need to do it. Like, you can see it over there. It looks amazing. So that's why I didn't do it. But it's just like, I don't understand why it's still here. Like, why is it still here? Like, Jean has so many other great looks, as we know. Like, the X-Men Red and then the green version of that X-Men Red uniform is definitely a far superior look to any of the things that she's been wearing so far. I'm like, why are we still wearing this 1960s go-go dress? I don't understand.
I feel like to give everyone a makeovers, but like Scott's sitting there in his new Krakoa uniform and looks great, and then it's like a couple people have a new rendition, and then it's just a 60s look, a 90s look. Like, it's just all over the place. Everyone should have been like, I definitely feel like everybody should have deserved like a brand new look. We're a brand new team. We're new Krakoa. We're doing the whole thing. It's like, why this mix match? And I know people keep saying, especially like the people who like suck Hickman's dick, I've been like, there's a reason that she's wearing this dress. There's a reason. I'm like, it's been too long. Listen. Well,
so the reason that a lot of people were saying she was wearing that dress is because she rebooted a version of herself before the Phoenix nonsense. I think that was a rumor 2 years ago. Yeah, I don't agree with it. I think we've seen that this is our Jean fully intact.
And she's worn other looks. She's also worn the far superior red with the yellow X Factor uniform. Like, wear that. Like, if you want to wear something classic, wear that again. Like, I'll even take this look. Wear this one again. That's fine. But what, again, I don't understand why we need to have mini skirts. Like, they're just not practical.
Here's my thing about the Krakoan X-Men, and I have like this really deep-rooted like feels about it. One, I really wish when Krakoa was established in Hoxpox, they would have said that the X-Men are no more, because we didn't know that there weren't any X-Men until Ten of Swords. That issue where like Jean and Scott kind of like walked off, and then they went to go rescue Cable against the Council's wishes. So I wish that would have been a marketing ploy early on to let us know that X-Men just didn't exist anymore, because I just assumed.
Well, there was a title named X-Men, so of course we didn't know.
Yeah. So, and then secondly, I agree with everything. Look, listen, it's my age showing, and I know I have like really great like Botox, so you can't tell I'm as old as you queens. But I need anchors in the X-Men when I'm looking at an X book. Like, I need Storm on the team, I need Rogue, I need Jean, I need Cyclops. I love X-23 Wolverine. I would love Logan Wolverine, and I would love another character to sort of solidify it, and then you can divide them into like blue and like gold like teams, something like that. I want to see what. I don't understand quite yet what it means to be an X-Man, and how that is different from being a Krakoan who's dealing with global emergencies like Excalibur, X Factor, et cetera, et cetera. Like, I want to see how they're elevated. I know they're going to have the celebrity status. We've seen the trailer, but what are they doing that's different than other mutants on Krakoa that are already dealing with a lot of agency worldwide, and Sword, who's colonizing with Mars colonized now? Like, Sword feels like the team to be watching. but I'm just like a Sword fan, and justice for Fabi and Cortez.
I mean, I personally would like to see Beast on the X-Men.
Fuck you! How dare you come on my front lawn and say that?
No, no, I do not, because he's a sociopath.
He's getting worse and worse in X-Force. I'm just like, girl, what are you doing?
Right. He controls an entire Central American nation. But I mean, overall, like, I generally agree with that. Like, you need some like anchors on the team, and I don't feel like the current team is. It feels very just sort of mismatched. Like, yeah. I don't know how else to describe it, but you know, also don't know how long it's going to last, with like Inferno coming up and other things. So
talking about like with Sync, I think because it's a telepathic vote, and how much did Jean and Xavier and Emma really have pull and sway over this team and what it is that their purpose is? Again, I feel like there's definitely a reason that Laura and Everett are on the team.
It's good drama.
There's obviously a storyline that they want to tell. So also, at the end of the day, like, you know, these comic book things, it's all about like marketing and who the writer is and who that writer, what stories that writer wants to tell, and what characters that they want to tell with that story. So it's like, you know, we can in universe try to explain it all day, but at the end of the day, it was the people that they wanted. It's fine. Like, yeah, I mean, we're still allowed to have opinions. I'm not saying that we're not, but it's like, you know, when people went off about you know, the story that was going on in Excalibur and whatever, and I'm like, yeah, but remember, like, this is the story that they wanted to tell, or even going into like stuff that Paul and I have talked about before in the podcast, like with WandaVision. This was the story that they wanted to tell, not the story that you wanted them to tell.
Yeah.
So like at the end of the day, it's, you know, you just kind of have to go, okay, I'm gonna sit back and I'm gonna wait for them to tell me the story, and I can still decide whether or not I like it. But this is the story that they wanted to tell. Again, I'm hoping that like the stuff that was brought up in X Factor, even though yes, I haven't read it, but like all the things that I've heard about it, I like really want to. I want to get the trades and read all of them. I feel like those kind of stories and the characters that were happening in that story were very interesting. And I'm sad that like Polaris got pulled off of that to go do something else. So I felt like that was something that was like a team that she seemed to fit in with. But
my overall problem with Polaris, especially showing up with the coffee like cup in the group shot, like they've de-aged her. And in X Factor, she's like drunk texting like Alex and stuff like that. And I know that works for a lot of people, and that's not like a jab at Leah Williams or her writing abilities. Like, I get that works for some people, but like Polaris is about the same age as Jean and Scott. You know, like Havoc and Polaris are like,
who are in their late 30s, mid 30s.
I think the general understanding. Again, I've spoken with Jordan.
Beast is 40. He turned 40 in well, he turned 40 in like the early 90s. What I'm saying is, as someone who is in their mid to late 30s, I'm still drunk texting stupid people. I'm still being a mess. I'm still showing up late to meetings with coffee in my hand. Like,
sure,
like,
that's fine.
So I'm just saying, like, I don't think that she's de-aged. I think that she's, for most of Polaris's existence, I feel like there has been a lot of non-agency. She hasn't really been able to like live her own life. Like for a long time, she was possessed by malice, and then she was trying to figure out what she was supposed to do with new powers, and then she immediately got shoved back in to being in love with Alex for like the longest time, and then back in, and then is she Magneto's daughter? Is she not Magneto's daughter? Is she the heir to the House of M? Is she not? And I feel like she's finally been like, oh, I can like most queer people. She's like, oh, I'm finally like 30 and like can come out of the closet and like live my life and just do what I want to do and not worry about what all of this other stuff is. And also, like, yeah, I hope she's still getting drunk and crazy because she's also like, oh yeah, the people that I thought were like my siblings are not my siblings anymore. And like, even though that was like full plot point of a whole thing of her adventure in space, that she was the fucking sister-in-law of Crystal.
And like Luna's aunt.
Yeah.
So, you know, whatever. I just really like Lorna. She's
young.
You can't really see, but she's right there. She's right there.
Oh, she is. Look at that.
But again, like, you know, editorial mandates still exist. It's still a business. It's still designed to sell things. And, you know, again, we're allowed to have opinions and we're allowed to discuss it. But it's like, you know, at the end of the day,
it's an IP.
Look, there's no greater editorial mandate right now than Franklin Richards getting turned into a flat scan by Dan Slott.
Why did that happen?
Wait, did you hear my theory though? I think they're just lying to him. I think that he is a mutant. And I think that whisper, we haven't gotten to it yet, but the whisper from Reed to Professor X was like, hey, thanks for lying to my son and telling him he's not a mutant. Like, I owe you. I don't know. He said something.
I mean, so I hope so, but Dan Slott seems like a fucking asshole. So,
well,
yeah, to some is. Wait, so Jason and D'Manda, I think that is a perfect segue into how do we feel about Marauders 21, X-Force 20, Hellions, Excalibur, and X-Men, and like the story that's running through there right now.
I liked, I'm just going to start off by saying I liked the story structure of the Hellfire Gala. I like that we found the first issue, like, talked about the entire event, but didn't tell us what happened at the end. And now we're filling in the blanks with every other issue. As a story structure, the opening, I thought it was really great. Now we know what it was, but I'll just say that. Like, they did really well with the way they planned it out. I'll just start with that. There's a lot of issues to cover. I took notes, but go for it.
Scott, what did you think?
I think the weakest issue so far has been the New Mutants issue, simply because that focused mostly on stuff going on in the New Mutants book. And that's not like a bad thing. It just generally didn't advance the broad Hellfire plot overall. But overall, like I've enjoyed the structure, with sort of building up towards the Revelation Planet X-Men, Planet-Size X-Men. Like one of my favorite books of the whole like House of X, Power of X post thing has been the Hellions issue of the Hellfire Gala, just because it was so insane and over the top with like Nanny confronting Sinister at like
that was brilliant. That was brilliant.
Yeah, I mean, if you've ever seen two queens go at each other at a gay bar, I mean, that was like yeah.
Wait, can I also say they slipped in super fast, and I believe it is now canonical that they're talking to the Cuckoos and they said something about, oh, Sinister and Nanny, we ship them. And one of them just straight up goes, yeah, but that's not Sinister's type, if you know what I mean. And she like outed Sinister in a single frame. We all knew, but like, I'm like, yeah. Duh.
No, he just doesn't like fucking robotic eggs.
No, I mean, like Sinister's type is Sinister. Like that is a man with a clone farm and a big ego.
Listen,
Sinister's type is young boys with the last name Summers, but I'll like just
listen.
Oh, you did not go there.
If there's anyone who is a pansexual, and it's fucking Mr. Sinister, who is all about himself and what he can make of himself for himself, like using other people to make what he feels like they should be in order for him to have complete control of them. Because you can't tell me that Sinister was in fucking every single one of those Maddie clones. He was in fucking every single one of like those weird Marauders nonsense clone. Like he is like, I made you. He has a full God complex where he's like, I made you, so you got to do what I want. Like he's super, super gross. I love him though. Like super sassy queer Sinister has been my favorite revelation throughout this whole thing. It's fantastic. But also, Nanny's like resurgence, the amount of people have been like, you should do Nanny. And I'm like, I already am dying in this. Like, there's no way I'm getting into a full egg.
How do you cosplay Nanny? That doesn't even make sense. That's so funny.
I'm like,
wait, has anyone ever cosplayed as Nanny on the
I've never
web?
seen
I haven't seen it.
Yeah, I've never seen Nanny or Orphan Maker.
Because people don't want to die.
Yeah.
Chaos theory. Now that we've said it, it exists in the world. It has to.
I'm sure there is a crazy. Listen, I mean, as someone planning a Gatecrasher cosplay in like 2022, 23, like I'm not saying Nanny is off the table, but I'm saying I don't want to die.
Can I just say one thing randomly? Sorry. I did a Google search for X-Men Nanny cosplay. I scrolled down about 7 pictures, and for some reason it's just good old me in my sorry, I'll just say I love when I randomly show up in searches. Love it.
I love how you're like, I did a Google search and here's an image of me. And you're patting your wig. You're patting your fucking wig while you say that.
As someone who does Z-list cosplayers, I'm literally like the third image for like Birdie, Tangerine, and Sharon Ventura, Ms. Marvel. So
good.
I feel you.
Ventura so much. No, but like Nanny at the Hellfire Gala when they like the Hellions crash and Sinister is like, I'm such a good person talking to like Captain America. And then Nanny's like, actually you've abused children and you've murdered countless. And Sinister's reaction was fucking next level. I loved it so much.
Yeah, that was a good moment.
Another good moment that I loved about the Hellfire Gala was, I believe it was Marauders, where we got a reunion with Banshee and Emma. And Banshee really hasn't said much since he was resurrected in Necrotia.
Yeah.
And I thought that was a beautiful moment with them. And I love how Emma turns to him and she says, Sean. And you just feel the weight right there. And obviously the other invitation she was talking about, and I forgot who I was talking about this with, and I was probably like cracked out, so I couldn't even like put. Oh, it was you. I was like, "What is that second other invitation?" Yeah,
well, my theory was she sent him 2, but I like your theory that he has another invitation from someone else.
Yeah, from someone else, and also that he's coming to Marauders.
Right.
Yeah. And so she's probably going to invite him to be part of the Hellfire Council Club, whatever it's called now.
Trading company,
trading company, yes.
I think they also were like, we just started shipping Domino and Sage, right? Like they totally just made them a couple now because they're like flirting with the comms.
Oh, you're absolutely right.
Yeah, there was some like sexual tension between them too.
I mean, who does not have sexual tension on Krakoa?
Here's my problem with like X-Force, the X-Force issue. Oh, don't come for me. But like, I feel that like X-Force is one of those issues that I read, but I read on autopilot. So I kind of wasn't absorbing the full story. And I just have forgotten about it. But I thought it was a really great issue. And I agree, Jason, like I'm shipping that pairing right there. And I like how Emma kind of like came in and like resolved a lot of the situation that was happening.
You know what you probably missed when you skimmed it was Forearm is the DJ, and he was using like all 4 arms to DJ. And I was like, what is happening in the background here?
Using your mutant powers for a reason. Love it.
But it's a good idea.
All right, here's one for you. What is the worst in the sense of just like, oh, I don't want this, like sexual tension on Krakoa?
Monet and who is she flirting with in the Blue Lagoon? Maggot.
Oh,
not need that.
I don't need that.
So in the very first image that we see of the Green Lagoon, and like Dazzler's on the thing, and like there's all the people in the pool, and there's somebody. I got into like a fucking internet fight about the fact that Burkett was in there, and be like, I don't know who Burkett is, and I'm like, read a comic book. I don't know what to tell you. But at the bar, sitting, Monet is like stroking Maggot's face, and I'm like, why? Like, I know she doesn't have the best taste in men, but she also doesn't have the worst taste in men.
No.
So, like, no.
Sorry, I was just thinking of one. It is Richter's daddy obsession with Apocalypse. Like,
yes, absolutely.
he will not stop talking about his boo. Like, he's enamored.
Jason, that read right now, absolutely, 100%.
I mean, in my opinion, I think there's a little, like, mind control, like a little, like, apocalypse seed planted, if you will.
I'm sure the seed planted.
But it's probably happened in that situation.
Wow.
Because yeah, Richter is just he's all about like, I'm gonna go hang out with my friend. Like, one of the first things when I first started reading comics that I remember about Richter is that he quit the New Mutants because he wanted to stay in Genosha to find Reign. Yeah. And then that didn't happen. And then he joined, fucking Canadian nonsense, whatever. But like that's one of the first things I remember. He always like ditches whatever's going on to go hang out with his friends, to go like be with his friends. And I mean, that's the whole sexual tension with Shatterstar first happens. He's like, oh, my friend Shatty Buns needs like my help. So like, I'm gonna go like help him, and maybe like, I don't know, things will get weird in the hotel. Like, whatever, we're on a motorcycle together. So like I just don't like this whole like apocalypse, like, oh yeah, I want to become a druid and like obsessed. No, Richter is all about like his friends and like being with his friends. So like, I don't know. I don't like it. I don't get it.
He's kind of lost. Like
again,
he's wayward.
Seed planted.
Little wayward.
I will amend my worst look answer to Shatterstar showing up in a bloodstained diaper.
Oh no, I thought he looked so hot in that. I was like, yes.
I will say, like,
does Wildchild and Dakin count as sexual tension? Because there was some sexual threesome.
Yeah, like that was some like.
Wait,
like,
Dakin and who?
Wildchild.
Yeah,
because they're both fighting over Aurora right now.
Oh well, Wildchild's always been obsessed with her, and she's just singing Mariah Carey. Why are you so obsessed with me?
I love how she's here like, Kyle, I can't do this, and like runs away. Anyways, right. Scott, what were you saying?
I would say Exodus and Sinister. That is some like mean middle-aged gays that don't like each other, but should really just like.
So who hate each other, but who are texting each other at night and still fucking.
Yeah. So we saw in the Mark Brooks image for Inferno, they're sort of facing each other, and
right. Catty bitches, yeah.
Catty bitches.
But Scott, you asked which one we don't want to see more of. I'm saying I want more of that one, though.
But wait, didn't Shatterstar have to kill Siren the Morrigan? Like, did I read that right on the internet?
But I love that. And that stuff I loved. Oh, there, to saw this.
It's not focusing, but yeah, he's killing the Morrigan.
Yeah,
okay.
They got it. Yeah, they bring him to kill the Morrigan.
No, I mean, again, all I've seen is this image and people talking about it. So I'm like, I don't know if that's like a vision that he had that like he has to kill her.
No, he shows up and kill. They get him from Mojoverse. I like X Factor, but a lot of that is also just to see Northstar be bitchy towards younger queers. So. Yeah.
Yes. I don't know. The thing that took me out of X Factor when I first read it was Aurora's death and how he just threw her body on the floor in front of the five. And I was like, I get it. Like, she can be resurrected. Who the fuck cares about this body? But like, I still feel like you would care about your dead sister. And I just thought there was a lot of other stuff with characterization that was off.
I don't know, though. With all of the bullshit that Northstar has put up with from Aurora over the years, I'd be like, can you resurrect her? Because I got shit I got to say to her. Like, this is ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
This is ridiculous. But I mean, listen, like, over the years, they have had the on again, off again. Are they friends? Are they not? Because remember, like, when she had the multiple personalities, and she had like the super conservative one who didn't like him because obviously he was homosexual. And it's just like, girl, who are you? And then when she started like fucking the Sasquatch just because Sasquatch didn't like Northstar either. Like, listen, Aurora, you're a problem and you need to be rebooted. So like, I'm gonna dump your ass here, fix this problem, and then I'll come back and talk to her.
Yes. Yes, that read. So what about planet-sized X-Men? What did everyone think of planet-sized X-Men?
Very impressive. Like the whole time I was just saying, like the X-Men can do anything. Like if you get the right people together, they're so badass. Like literally creating a planet in a night because everyone's just like, oh, I'll help. I'll do this giant major feat of extraordinary thing.
It checked my Vulcan appearance like box, so I'm good with that.
Because all the Omegas were assembled.
Yeah, except for Powerhouse Franklin Richards, R.I.P.
We don't have time for pretenders here.
What was his name? What was his name? Power Exchange?
Powerhouse. Yeah. And Tattletale.
Wait, did you just say Power Exchange?
Those are my favorite. He's named after a daddy bar. Sorry.
Well, his name was Power, and it was Tattletale for a while too.
Oh God.
But like overall, that issue was, I mean, like it was excellent. I love the art, where you just see like Storm in the clouds, or I'm blanking on his name, the fish man, who is apparently the first mutant to have like water control, who just spills his blood and creates a sea.
Yeah.
What about Rainboy? Are we forgetting about poor Rainboy who drowned in the pool on M Day?
Oh,
Rainboy! I haven't thought about him until this moment.
Apparently, we are.
Rainboy.
I mean, apparently we are.
I'm forgetting his name too, Scott. But he cuts his own blood, which is water, and gives water to Mars.
Yeah. Like, I thought just like overall, or when the psychics shift the external gate to Mars, I thought it was just
her
really
power. She knows where everything is located all the time. Like that's such a random power.
Never lose your keys, though.
That's a very Inhumans powers. The Inhumans used to have like the weirdest powers like that. Like someone had, if you say someone's name, you can like picture where they are in the world. They had some weird powers.
Yeah, it's very like I like that. It's very like 60s, like Stanley, Kirby, like there's this useless power that where everything is. Or
those kind of powers remind me of like the weird shit that was happening like Morrison's run, where you had or even like later just kind of like that whole era with the new mutants and like Academy X, like Tag, where it's like he can tag you and either people go away from you or run towards you. Like what a weird kind of power is that? Or Long Neck, or the I can't remember what her name was, but she was the one who had the mouth and all of the mouths around her neck.
Yeah, and she was there on the night that
Joshua Guthrie, who has the vocal cords of a choir of angels.
Oh,
that's silly.
Has Joshua been resurrected? I can't remember if he's on. Yeah, he's back.
Yeah, he's
in the background. Or there's that mutant from like the 80s, I think 80s or 90s, who like his power was he aged really rapidly, and it's like that's a terrible power. Like, why would you want that? Like,
Forget Me Not.
Not Forget Me Not.
Wait, who are we talking about? Yes! Jinx.
Also, I saw a random panel of like some of the X-Men or somebody coming back from a mission, just like off to the side, and there's like a kind of like in the way that the panels are designed, like a circle kind of drawn around of Forget Me Not, and then in the next panel he's not there.
Oh, that's so good.
And I'm like, first of all, that artist is like, yep, we're just gonna do this.
Really good.
Here's Waldo.
But I was going to say this issue really explains why they kind of tucked it under the rug of like, where are all those Araco mutants? Where the heck is the other half of the island? Like when we got back from X of Swords, whatever, 10 of Swords, it was like, why isn't this a bigger deal? But now it makes sense of like they wanted to kind of keep it out of our mind until this big drop. But a good loose end being tied up of like where all this was happening.
I don't. Sorry, go.
Yeah, no, like one of the things, and it's partly why I dress like Reed Richards, because of the Reed Richards joke. But like when you see, not in Planet-Sized X-Men, but when you see Namor reject Charles and Magneto's offer for the second time, and you see him go over with the group it's the Illuminati, minus Xavier, and like, you know, it's Reed and T'Challa and Captain America, and it's like, how are they going to respond to this, which is like a huge change of the dynamic, you know, very fundamental, where they declare Mars to be the capital of the solar system and all these things. It's like the three egos alone of like Namor, T'Challa, and Reed are not going to put up with that.
Well, especially Namor, since she was here like, I own 70% of this fucking planet. Like,
I own 70% of this company.
Exactly.
Yeah. And now here's all these new oceans on Mars. Or, you know, I mean, my God, Tony Stark is not going to put up with. He probably built that fucking rover that they turned into.
Yeah, I love how they're like, they could deal with any, like that rover can deal with any situation except a biblical like tsunami.
Yeah,
So
I'm sure, you know, he took a break from building missiles to build, you know, a rover or whatever, and
or a device that can crack the Phoenix in half, or in five.
Shareholder value. That's what it's all about.
So this is essentially going to be Hickman's new book, right? The rumor is that he's writing a new secret book. I'm guessing his whole book will be about the happenings of Arakko. What do they call it? Arakko World, something like that.
Akaro. Is that what you said earlier? Because it's the same letters as Krakoa. Just
yeah. But now, like, I think his whole book is going to be about those mutants and what's happening on that planet.
But also, how come the Avengers just show up and like there's no word of like the fact that like Thor is now like kind of related to Jean, or like that Echo is like now the Phoenix or whatever?
Wow. We don't talk about that.
We don't mention that anymore. I think Jean in Enter the Phoenix only had like 2 lines, which was at the beginning, which you see like, I feel it coming. And then the Avengers were like, we're keeping all telepaths away from Avengers Volcano or wherever the mountain, wherever the fuck it's called. And then at the end, she congratulates Echo on her day of like rebirth, which is like her birthday. That's all we get. I know. Fuck that. Well, my theory is that Jean, the Jean who died in Hoxpox, is still alive and the Phoenix saved her and she will come back with the Phoenix. And the Jean we're seeing right now is a clone, much like Vulcan, who died in War of Kings, and he's still like floating out there in the void.
Floating out there. Yeah, like all the Phoenix stuff with the Avengers, it's just like, you know, is nobody just going to comment that like, oh yeah, like Moon Knight hosted the Phoenix, like Mark Spector and his multiple personalities like hosted the Phoenix,
right?
But we're just gonna like ignore this at the gala, and everybody's just like, everybody's cool.
They're just gonna be kicking with it. You know, with Planet-Sized X-Men though, I was a little disappointed with it because I thought the X-Men were gonna migrate to Mars, or I think there was this other rumor that they were just gonna create their own planet as well, and I don't know, like I'm fine with the Arakko mutants having their own planet and solving that plot line because, Jason, as you said, that seed was planted. That was a growing concern. We saw that with like Scott and like Cyclops reuniting, although like sidebar, like really, like Captain America took his motorcycle over to the mansion to have like a 2-minute conversation with Cyclops about the Arakko mutants and then was like, peace. I was like, bro, no, that's not going to fucking happen. But I was hoping for, I mean, I'm cool if the X-Men are going to have a presence on Mars. The only thing that really took me out of this entire situation was like, oh, Hickman is planting seeds now for the MCU because the X-Men have this cool fucking island and now they have Mars. So they can literally now like expand the scope of the MCU once they introduce the mutants.
Potentially, yeah. Like they're planting seeds in the books to make it in the movies. We'll see about that. Yeah. Can we talk about Monarch's birth of Sword?
Oh my god.
I was
When-
like, somebody owes me dinner. Like, so he's wild. He basically is like the second Sinister.
When Gene was like, whoa, he took me fucking seriously.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
literally he grows that belly and then like that just that like whole shield station starts protruding out of him. Like, what the fuck was that?
So random. They have fun with him.
It was so random.
Jamie's crazy. I mean, he's literally just crazy. I mean, I think Betsy and Brian have had to kill him at least twice.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
just by themselves. Like, he's crazy pants.
He's crazy. She's fucking crazy. Who do we think Magneto is going to be murdering?
Everyone.
And by the way, it was hinted at in Sword when Fabian Cortez was naked in front of the council. He said something like, I would never murder, blah, blah, blah. So again, that's them sourcing or planting the seeds from earlier storylines.
I mean, listen, I mean, at this point, I'm like, kill Franklin. Like, that'll get people mad. Like,
Wow.
and then he gets out of it because it's like, no, but he was really a mutant again.
Well, he had that great line that I'm quoting now where he's like, we don't need Franklin. I don't want any more pretenders. I think whoever's going to get in his way, well, he succeeded in his plan. Like, that world got created. I was going to say he would kill someone who would try to stop him from doing that.
I felt like the way the world was created and everything, by the way, as a sidebar, with like Mars was a little too easy. It felt very Hickman the way it was being written, but I guess it was Jerry Dugan, which I was shocked. I literally thought this was a Hickman issue until I looked at like the creds. But we'll see where everything goes. I think Planet Size X-Men is gonna like establish like this new like bar for the mutants, and I'm here for it. I mean, look, as long as they separate Bay from Doug and they put her on that fucking like planet and let Doug be his own person without them, I would be very happy.
His own person, meaning the voice of Krakoa still, but yeah.
Yeah, well, so I'm still
polyamorous relationship with a tree and a robot.
So I'm more interested in that relationship than Bay. I feel like Bay came out of the blue, so I don't know. That's just like my
Because
feels
she
on that.
did. Like, literally.
She just did.
She
But-
appeared for an issue and it's like, by the way, Doug, you're going to get married to her for points. And he's like, okay.
I love her eyes. She looks great. But D'Manda Scott, who do you think is going to get murdered at the Hellfire Gala? Or I guess it's like the after party or the
at this point, I think it's going to be Franklin.
Oh, that's
because-
right. You said that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, because
Sorry. She's had like half a bottle. She
it's
doesn't
fine.
remember anything.
Half girl. That's way more empty than half. I don't know how you are with math, but
No, like I was in fundamental math, even at community college.
no, I mean it would make sense with this whole like he's now a human and Magneto, but at the same time, like I also feel like Magneto's going to be on trial for something that he didn't do, and that he's going to take the blame for whatever happens, just because I honestly don't see him actually killing anyone. But I mean, now granted, he's not above killing people, but I feel like he wouldn't like he wouldn't want to be in charge of a regime that kills people, especially based on their genetics.
Yes. Absolutely.
I don't think it would be somebody like Franklin, simply because you'd have Reed Richards like ultimate nullifying Krakoa, and like not a particularly rational response. I think if he does actually, I also agree. I don't think he's actually going to kill someone. I think if he does, it'll be somebody from like a hostile nation, like one of the ambassadors, or somebody from like Orcus, or those like weird children that run Madripoor.
I'm still confused by those children that Jason Aaron created.
Yeah, I don't entirely know what's going on with that, but I don't think it will be somebody like major, but it will be somebody that has some like impact. You can't have him kill one of like the core Avengers or member of the Fantastic Four or something, because that spans across like the Marvel universe. I think it's got to be a little more contained.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah,
we'll see where it goes. Yeah, I'm gonna kind of disagree with you, Scott. I think it will be an Avenger, hopefully not Captain America. But I think if we're gonna get a trial of Magneto and it's gonna be a thing, I think there has to be some weight to it, and I think it has to be a little bit more than just like rando or like a mishap. I mean, I don't know. I've been wrong about this in the past where I'm like, oh no, like a court of law in the Marvel universe will be like, no, he was mind possessed or something. He didn't really mean to kill someone, but you know, whatever. But I think maybe we'll see someone big die, and hopefully it's not Captain America or Iron Man. But I'm excited to see where that's going to go. I was hoping it was going to be a trial for the Pretender, but I think we're getting a bigger story with Wanda on the horizon, so we can wait and see on that. Guys, anything else we want to say about the Hellfire Gala?
Just one more thing on Magneto. Based on just if your theory is correct, where it is going to be somebody with some impact, just based on the way that Marvel has been writing him for the past about 2 years, Magneto will kill Matt Murdock, simply because Matt Murdock must suffer. Wow. And that's the general Marvel editorial stance.
Scott, have you done a Matt Murdock cosplay before?
I have about 95% of it. But yeah, I've never done like pictures or anything of it.
Okay.
You know, it checks a lot of my boxes. Drunk, Hell's Kitchen,
spandex,
crippling guilt about things he can't control. It's good. Yeah. Might hit a little too close to home for me. I don't know.
A lawyer.
Yeah.
Oh, D'Manda Martini with that cold read right there.
Yeah.
I mean, listen. I mean, I've won many reading challenges. I'm just saying.
Yes. All right, folks. That is our episode of the Hellfire Gala. I'm going to start with you, Nerd Alert. Tell us, where can the folks at home connect with you, and what exciting projects do you have coming up?
Ooh, so I am Nerd Alert Cosplay on Instagram. That's my main place I post. If you want to see my crazy personal life in WeHo right now, you can also follow Not Just a Nerd. Right now I am in full-on con crunch for Dragon Con. I'm planning 10 different looks. And
10?
Well, it's Dragon Con, babe. You got to have a nighttime look and a daytime look.
Yes.
The most exciting thing I'm doing right now is a Cyberpunk 2077 look and a Tron Legacy look.
Oh my God, that Daft Punk score though.
It'll be playing in my head the entire night.
I love that.
Yeah.
D'Manda Martini, what's going on with you?
You can follow me on all social media platforms at D'Manda Martini, DMANDA MARTINI. I am gearing up for BlurredCon, which is July 16th through 18th. I'm finishing up Boomer that I have already posted about, and like I mentioned earlier, a full giant squid head for Madam Hydra. I'm very excited for that because I like to punish myself and wear stupid giant headpieces. But if you are in the DC area, I don't know when this episode is going to air, but on Saturday, 6/19, I'm going to be in Reston, Virginia at Pride. And then on Saturday, the 26th of June, I'm going to be performing at the Baltimore Eagle. And then on Monday, June 28th, I'm going to be performing at Tallboy for their drag happy hour. So please come follow me. Pride Month has been extremely busy, and it's been a crazy time.
And Mr. Scott Free?
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Mr. Scott Free. You can, find me usually also passed out in a gay bar. But beyond that, prepping some things for possibly late summer cons, possibly Awesome Con in DC, New York Comic Con in the fall. It should have 1 or 2 new things then. So, yes.
Furiously Googling, trying to find Mr. Scott Free's alt on Twitter, but can't seem to find it.
It's just the same thing, except I swear a lot more. That's basically it.
I want a secondary account called Mr. Scott Restrained.
Oh!
No.
For the kink bands. Let's see.
Again, I think I met him at MAL.
Guys, I am the Uncanny Dayspring, and we are signing off.